Hi guys, I'm Dr. Juicy Jill, and I am here with the world-renowned orgasm expert, Dr. Andrea Pennington.
Hey, what's up?
She is visiting from France because she has a upcoming retreat and stopped by here to talk about orgasms for women, a hot topic that we need to bring more light to. So tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, this is a very exciting topic because women don't realize the importance of orgasm. Like, first and foremost, a lot of women kind of push it to the side and think that they should please their partner, or it's not important, or they feel bad that it takes them longer than their partner. But we actually know that there are health benefits of having an orgasm. And of course, there are relationship benefits for having an orgasm. So the retreat that I'm here to teach at 1440 Multiversity is really about inner bliss for this outer glow. It's about really reclaiming your right to sensuality and pleasure so that your body will respond and you can have that outer glow and that outer O.
I love that. And we here at Emerage Medical are all about the inner glow matching the outer glow and the inner and outer O.
Right, which is so important because of the work that you do with helping men and women get their hormones activated again. We need that. We absolutely need that for our sex drive, for our libido. But if you neglect the mind-body connection, especially with women, if they don't feel like they deserve pleasure, it doesn't matter how many hormones you pump yourself with. It doesn't matter how many little toys you turn on. You may not achieve that big O. So we really need to balance both the inner and the outer.
Absolutely. And keep in mind there's a difference. It's not just sex, because orgasm doesn't necessarily mean sex. And that's a huge difference. And especially men, the men that I treat, that they're so trained to how quickly can I make her orgasm and how many times, and it really isn't about that. It's about riding the waves of pleasure, which actually, like you said, starts from within. The orgasm comes from within.
It does.
And I ask all of my clients, men and women, do you feel sexy? Because it's about creating that inner mojo to be able to actually have that connection with your partner.
Absolutely. I mean, I talk about that in my book, The Orgasm Prescription, that people think that orgasm is all about the physical body and the physical sensations, but orgasm actually happens in the brain. Like you and I, we've talked about this before. Orgasm happens in the brain. And so if you neglect all of the body or just your senses, not even the touch, but the sense of smell, the sense of sight, the sense of taste, then you're not going to necessarily get that big, explosive, euphoric release. So it's really important to think about that.
And what is your exact prescription for a number of orgasms per week?
Well, this has been a hot topic because people get it confused. Okay, so I've been seen on national television talking about 3 orgasms per week for women, but that is the minimum. Now, of course, you can go more than that, but there are actually some women who find that if they have too many orgasms, they actually get kind of a hangover. So there is literally a post-O kind of hangover where they get depressed and they actually don't want to be touched by their partner. So you really do have to find your own balance. But the reason I came up with this orgasm prescription was because, again, when women discount their need for a pleasurable release, they often don't recognize that there's something going on internally. So if your hormones are low, that's going to give you a lower sex drive, and it may make it more difficult for you to achieve orgasm. But similarly, if your blood sugar is too high, if your blood pressure is too high, and this is also for men, then we can see that your sex drive will be lower, or your sexual response will be lower. So as you treating men, I don't treat men for that kind of thing anymore, but when you treat men, if they are having a hard time achieving or maintaining an erection, if they feel that sort of anxiety, it's a good signal for us to look at things like blood pressure and blood sugar. Because if you've got diabetes or high blood pressure, that can impact your sexual response.
That's great. And we here at Emerage Medical, we address everything, mind, body, and function for men and women, because if you don't actually have properly functioning tools, then it's hard to actually play. So to speak. So some of the procedures we do offer here are vaginal rejuvenation, which if we don't feel sexy down there, then we're not going to want to actually like have sex. So some of the vaginal rejuvenation actually is making things look prettier and tighter, even for women who have had C-sections. You do get loosening of the skin where you don't get as intense orgasms. So we have different tightening options as far as radio frequency. There's an O shot that we have, which is PRP, which enhances the actual quality of orgasm and the sensitivity. And for men, you guys are not left out in the cold. We actually have male enhancement or male rejuvenation because you want to feel sexy down there as well. So we have Scrotox, which is the first place I've ever heard that of, to kind of rejuvenate the testicle area. And then there's also penile injections that helps with the sensitivity for the men. The other thing I offer for women, again, is the hormones. Testosterone for women, vaginal DHEA actually helps with the lubrication and the intensity and the drive. And then there's different peptides for both men and women. So we usually hear about Viagra and Cialis, which actually works on the vasculature, but the peptides work on the neurologic component of orgasm, which is what you were speaking of, for men and women. So,
and this isn't just frivolous stuff. I mean, of course, everybody wants to have, you know, a sexy body and have a sexy, intimate time. But besides people who might be thinking of vaginal rejuvenation as a vanity procedure, in my medical practice, the first place that I really saw it being useful was women who had, you mentioned C-sections or a difficult vaginal delivery, but it's also for cancer. So if a woman has had a hysterectomy or she's had some other cancer treatments, and things get dried up when your hormones go away, and that can actually impact the vasculature, the musculature, and all of that. So we don't want women who have had some sort of medical condition to think that sex is no longer an option for you and pleasure is no longer an option for you, because there are viable options.
Exactly. And it's about reclaiming your juiciness.
That's right.
All over, hormonally, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually.
That's right. So, you know, tune in next time when I'll be interviewing her about the hormonal awakening for women, because that's what it's about. It's about turning everything on. It's not just focused to the genitals.
So if you're having any issues, men and women, with your orgasm, sex drive, sexual function, come visit us here at Emerage Medical. You can also visit us at jasonemermd.com, and also Dr. Andrea Pennington. You can visit her online, as well as for her book, The Orgasm Prescription. Any final words?
Yeah, just reclaim your juiciness and know that you deserve pleasure. It's your birthright, so don't be ashamed of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
This was fun.